And when you hear a little bit of Barack Obama on the stump, you realize how at ease he is.
Yeah.
He just speaks powerfully, but with an ease that is quite special. Obviously, the best orator of this crew, and I mean, maybe the best orator in our lifetimes, you know. This is Donald Trump's, Donald Trump really getting lit up by Barack Obama on the stump. Go ahead, Albert.
Absolutely
This is just last night.
No evidence
In Pennsylvania.
that this man thinks about anybody but himself. I've said it before. Donald Trump is a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. You've got the tweets in all caps, the ranting and the raving about crazy conspiracy theory. You got the 2-hour speeches, word salad, just, it's like Fidel Castro, just on and on. Constant attempts to sell you stuff. Who does that? Selling you gold sneakers and $100,000 watch and most recently a Trump Bible. He wants you to buy the Word of God, Donald Trump edition. Got his name right there next to Matthew and Luke. Reason some people think, wow, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good because it was my economy. We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did. I spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts. As I recall, Donald Trump was president for 4 years. And if rounding up and deporting millions of desperate people and building the beautiful wall, and didn't matter whether some of those folks you rounded up were women and children. If that's the answer to everything, well, why didn't you solve the problem? Why were the number of immigrants basically the same when you left office as when you took office? I'll tell you why. Because he didn't have a real plan. He had talking points. He had concepts of a plan. And the plan was mean and ugly.
So, Gene.
Thanks for that. I think it's just, as I say, so impressive the way he moves from topic to topic, keeps it on point, keeps it simple, and there's an ease of his oratory that is just so special. But I don't know if you want to calculate how effective it is politically, whether it'll motivate voters in Pennsylvania, in this case, to get out and actually vote. I hope it does. Remember, we're playing right around the margins. So for me, I'm sorry, I am partisan on this issue. I really don't think Donald Trump should be anywhere near the White House. And I'm sure when he becomes president and he starts going after everybody who's ever spoken ill of him, I'll start speaking in flowery, flattering ways about Donald Trump. But until then, I can speak truthfully and say this guy who did engineer a coup on the United States, he engineered a coup. Okay, leave aside his fake economic numbers, leave aside the fact that he just said inflation has never been higher when Kim just showed you the numbers, and they are approaching 2%, which was the goal of the feds to lower interest rates. I mean, the economic numbers, if they were a patient going in for a physical, the doctor would be excited. You look great and all of your labs came back and you're getting better and you're almost 100%. The things that are related to prices, inflation, etc., those are real concerns. But I think from a government standpoint, there's a limit to what you can do. They're driven by free market. They're also driven by interruptions in the supply chain that we're still beginning to recover from. I always talk about the rocket feather. It's a precept in economics that they talk about where prices shoot up like a rocket. You see it particularly spoken of when you talk about fuel prices, oil prices, okay? That there's any excuse to raise prices, right? So if there's a refinery maintenance that they're doing or whatever, it rockets up the price at the pump. Same thing with the supply chain. Like there's a legitimate reason that prices are rising, but they rocket up. But once the supply chain problems begin to be solved, they feather down, they float down, they don't shoot back down, right? That is the greed that's built into this system of capitalism. There is no way out of it, although I liked the fact that Kamala Harris talks about price gouging. Technically, it's not price gouging what has happened to the American consumer, but that said, I still think it's a good thing to lean in on. It's a way also to say, hey, I recognize that these prices are not where we want them to be. But still, back to the macroeconomic numbers and how positive they are, no matter what Trump says, we're actually in really great shape. His plan for, I put it in quotes, plan, since he really doesn't have a plan. His plan, which I guess is tariffs, and he shoots around, there's going to be a tax cut for you and a tax cut for you, and you're going to get money, and the middle class, it's utter BS. We've seen it. We've lived it. And so I wonder and hope whether or not Obama's words, which are both honest and I think effective, at least in the moment, whether they'll get more people out to vote in Pennsylvania, which is a state that, of course, is desperately needed. Probably not possible to win the White House without it. You'd have to run the table in the Sun Belt states, as they call them, right? So, in Arizona and Nevada, and you'd need to do things that historically Democrats haven't done, but Kamala Harris actually looks as though she's got signs of life in some of those areas, so maybe it's possible. But Pennsylvania is the key to the whole game, and that's why both parties and both candidates are dumping so much money and time in those areas. So
another Trump story that I don't know if you saw this or not, but I know we talked a couple of days ago about this whole Trump sending Vladimir Putin COVID test kits during the height of the pandemic. Sure. Well, the former President Trump denied that. He's saying, I didn't do that. Now the Kremlin has come out today confirming, yes, you did, that yes, you did send Putin Russia COVID-19 test kits. So I thought that's interesting that even the Kremlin is coming out to confirm the story and say that is exactly what happened.
Yeah. Delwood Kelp, who is a big Trumper, hates that Kamala Harris. Yeah, radical lefty, right, Delwood? Signs of life, Mark? What a low bar to set. Yeah, she's showing signs of life in a state that's traditionally red. I think that's a good, if you want to parse my language like that, go ahead, dude. But is that what you want? You want to fight with me, Delwood Kelp? Is that what you want? I wish I had as cool a name as you do. Delwood Kelp is a very cool name. I doubt it's your name, but I give you credit for having chosen a really good fake name. Yeah. So how about that? But I don't give you credit for any kind of insightful remark. I think that was just you were being cheeky and sly. How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Good day, sir.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.